morning, everybody. How are you? The devilishly handsome Ian Dixon. Good morning, sir.
Shut up, for fuck's sake. Jesus.
Good morning, everybody. It's early. Maybe not for you guys. By the time you'll be watching this, it will be 9:30 on Monday morning. I have recorded a little bit early because at 10 o'clock, I'm going to be out and about doing stuff and getting ready do some extra bits to get ready for my shoot on Thursday. So today kind of is my only day to go and get stuff done, and I kind of want to batten down the hatches for a couple of days, get the house ready and all of that. So I kind of want to get out this morning, do the bits that I need to do, get back in the house, and then just like snuggle up for a few days. So how are you? Welcome to Monday. Some of you may be working this week. Some of you may still be cracking on. Some of you may have down tools for the week. All is all good. It is all good. Excuse me. I'll try not to choke whilst I'm with you. Someone do check in with me, because by the time this goes out, it's pre-recorded, so anything could happen to me. But the magic of StreamYard now, if anybody doesn't know, one of the really cool things that you can do on StreamYard is you can pre-record stuff, and then you can schedule it to go out at a bit of a later date. So at the time I recorded this, it's about 7:45 in the morning, so only 45 minutes earlier, but I do have to scoot out. How are you? What are you getting up to this week? Are you prepared? The big man's coming in just a few days. How are you? Have you got your shit together? Yeah, it's okay. Again, it's okay. I'm going to take these off so I can see you better. It's okay if you haven't. Some of you may be getting stressed thinking, oh, I've got so much to do. Guess what? You're going to get permission from your friendly neighborhood queen bee this morning that it's okay. You can stop. You can stop for a little bit. Take your time doing these things. Have a little brew while you're doing it. Take the kids to the park. Stop what it is that you're doing and just enjoy this little bit of space in time that we have. It always feels really frenetic in the run up to Christmas, doesn't it? It feels like, oh, we've got a lot to do. Busy. I think things are helped by the fact that we can order things online. Can you remember before we could order things like properly online, and we'd be like legging it uptown, and it'd be late night shopping, and we'd be bustling through the crowds? I remember being really small and my mum taking us into Preston City Centre when we were young to go and do like some Christmas shopping, like last minute Christmas shopping. Shopping in the evening, going after school, and it being busy. And I think, like, if I think about the way my anxiety behaves within crowds, that it's a massive sort of sensory overwhelm. So I'm really grateful that I get to pick and choose when and where. And I'm really grateful as well. Is anyone else grateful for this? 24-hour superstores. I could not be more grateful, especially at this time of year, for 24-hour superstores. Like, I am that woman that will happily go into the Asda's at 11 o'clock at night and take my time. Like, shopping now has become a bit of a mental health break for me. Like, I will not take anybody with me anymore when I go shopping. I know you can all stay here. I'm doing a busy job. I'm getting the shopping done. And I'm also going to walk around with no one nagging me for about 45 minutes, and it's going to be absolute bliss. Are they kind of the rock and roll things that I get up to these days? A lot of people, think, oh, Danny, she'll be a party girl. I've often been out on, events and social events, or I've been singing at events or speaking at events, and people's husbands and partners have gone, oh, you're going out with Danny Wallace, things are going to get a little bit leery. I need to just straighten up the record here. I am not she. I am not that girl. I'm actually quite sensible. I spent the past 10 years singing for a living, so not being able to really kind of let my hair down and go all kinds of crazy. And as such, I'm quite reserved and demure of an evening out, I'll have you know. So yeah, and only kind of more so, I'm very excited to explore what this new sober version of me is going to be like. I've ordered in. I can't wait to show you when they all arrive. I'll show you. I'll do a bit of an unboxing. I've got some really cool things coming. I've got some three spirits. Has any of you, let me know in the comments, have any of you tried three spirits? So there's three different types. There's one called a livener, one called the social elixir, and another called the nightcap. Three different spirits, non-alcoholic, in three like normal sized bottles, and it comes with a recipe card, so you get like different mixes for them. But it has been mixed by botanists, and these botanists use different plants and botanicals to elicit different physiological responses. So there's nothing illegal in them, but there's things like, for example, in the nightcap one, there's like valerian root. Does anybody take valerian root if you're into sort of natural supplements? That's meant to be like a relaxant, something that you take, obviously, before you go to bed to help you sleep. So I am very interested to research into the physical effects of these three spirits. I was having are you ready for me to sound ridiculously middle class now? I was eating lunch at the Ivy the other week with my friend Dawn. As you do, really casually. And it was beautiful. If anyone's been to the Ivy, it's got to be one of the most Instagrammable restaurants that you can go to. I've been to the Birmingham one. I've been to the Manchester one. It's just out of this world. Beautiful. Food's nice. It's reasonably priced. It's not massively expensive. Really is lovely. And we were talking. So there's champagne on the tables and what have you. And I was like, I'm not speaking. I'm not drinking. I'll have a mocktail. And they were really great. I was like, I want a nice mocktail. I want a grown-up drink. I don't want to drink pop. I want to drink something that tastes nice, that tastes a little bit grown up. I'd taken to brewing up like different fruit teas even, and making them cold and having them with ice and a little bit maybe soda water, a little bit of lemonade to just make it feel like I'm drinking something that's not like lemonade or Diet Coke. I'm not even a fan of Coca-Cola or Diet Coke or any fizzies for that matter. So they brought out, instead of a porn star martini, they bought me a movie star martini, which was, it's like vanilla extract and passion fruit something. And it was really, really nice. And I was talking to Dawn. I was saying, Dawn, have you ever, because Dawn enjoys a drink, and I see a lot of myself in her, in that there's never really been anything wrong with me enjoying a drink. I've just decided for health reasons, like right now, drinking is not the one for me. Have you ever had a bash and not drinking? Because I'm curious, not because I'm trying to sort of beat everybody with my sober stick. Like, I'm interested to see, because I have had other than this, one extended period of sort of chosen sobriety for about 9 months or so. So obviously 3 sets of kids, 3 lots of sobriety. So there's been them, but like chosen outside of my sort of pregnancy state of about 8 or 9 months. And then there's been this period of time where I've just not even been asked for a drink. In fact, no, I lie. Maybe a week ago, and I think it was because I was feeling really Christmassy, and I've got some Prosecco in, and I was like, oh, I could just do with that Prosecco that's in the cupboard. And Wallace is like, you'll not even enjoy it. You'll have it, and then afterwards you'll beat yourself up for having it, because what have you had it for? Like, what's the point in you having this Prosecco? I was like, I just really want it. Anyway, I didn't, and I felt no worse or better off for having not had it. It was no like, oh, I'm really sad that I didn't have that Prosecco, or I'm really glad I didn't have the Prosecco. It was like I don't feel like anything. Anyway, I was having lunch at the Ivy, as you do, with my friend Dawn and a couple of other wonderful human beings. And she was saying, have you tried these 3 spirits? And I was like, what 3 spirits? I mean, I like spirits. So what? We've got vodka. I like that spirit. I like gin as a spirit. It's quite nice. Amaretto's one of my favourites. She was, no, it's this brand of botanical, non-alcoholic spirits called 3 Spirits. And apparently they do make you feel some kind of way. So I'm going to have a little dabble with you guys, maybe Wednesday. Show you the different bottles and have a little taster. For anybody who's not drinking over Christmas, if you do want to get some recipes for some brilliant cocktails, if you follow my friend Tom Stanhope in his group, in his group, on a Thursday evening, he had done for about 12 months now, content and cocktails, a different cocktail every Thursday he would mix and then try for everybody. It was an excuse for him to get a little bit squiffy and talk about content. It's brilliant. But yeah, I'm in the pursuit of nice non-alcoholic drinks. I'm finding that some of them are really compensating with lots of sugar. Some of them don't really taste like anything at all. And I'm trying to get that. Where's the enjoyment in it? Because some of the mocktails that I've had have been, they're just sugary, and I'm not a real fan of massively sugary drinks. They've kind of swapped out the alcohol for sugar or overly on the fruits. So I'm yet to see if there is a kind of a grown-up drink that I can drink that feels good. My cousin actually got me some Seedlip little tins, little sort of skinny tins of Seedlip pre-mixed cocktails. They were quite nice. But gin, I think, is it's one of them ones that you've got to really be in the mood for, and Seedlip is specifically gin. So I'm on the hunt for non-alcoholic rum. But it's going to be a bit weird because once I have my surgery, I can't have fizzy pop. Anyway, these are my musings into how the fuck am I going to drink like a grown-up and still not get pissed? Which... And it's first world problem, innit? So how are your preparations for Christmas? What have I got left to do? I think I'm there. Oh, I don't want to sound smug. I think I'm there. I think there's just like little bits, Probably I'll go to town today and then just get some little bits. All the big stuff's done. Everyone's big presents are all done. They're all sorted. They're all wrapped up. They're all off to Father Christmas, ready to be delivered on Christmas Day. I want to give a huge shout out today to our incredible Jojo Smith from Creative Sass. She is doing a cold water dip today. And I know for her, this is a bit of a rebirthing. Like, she has never been as strong as she is now. It's been such an honor and a privilege and a blessing to watch Jojo on a journey. And I'm sure you guys will feel the same, especially if you're a part of her world. But Jojo, she's spoken on the Be Inspired stage. I've worked with her directly now for about 18 months or so. She's our creative director for Be Inspired. We have this brilliant sort of to and fro of a work relationship, and it's fantastic. She's coming with me to Turkey next week. She didn't want me to be on my own when I had my op. And she's just phenomenal. But actually seeing her personal growth has been jaw-dropping. And she, today at 10 o'clock, is going to be doing a cold water dip. So she's donning her swimming cozy and jumping into a freezing cold body of water. I can't wait to hear what that, how that is for her and how she feels off of the back of it. But please, if you don't follow her already on Instagram, go over to Instagram and follow Jojo at Creative Sass. And creative is without the E at the end. CREATIVSAS. Creative Sass. And go and see the behind the scenes from her cold water dip. There's lots of you doing things that are kind of like monumental or pivotal or celebrational or kind of flag in the floor moments. Have any of you got those things planned? Have any of you done anything like that before, where you're going, I'm doing this thing and actually this is just really to signify a moment in time for me? This is like a shedding of the skin. This is a looking forward. This is an opening of the door. Have you ever done anything like that? I'd love to know in the comments, because I am all up for pivotal moments. And I really feel like, I was talking to you about this on Friday, this sense of pending magic, this sense of there's something around the corner that's good, that's not just this, whatever scaremonger is happening. Like, can I just send you all a big hug right now with regards to what's happening in the news, because it is very confusing. What's happening right now is very, very confusing. I think it's purposely so. I think they're purposely trying to sort of confuse us. I'm not really one of the conspiracy theorists, but there's too much happening for it not to be, for something underhand. Does anyone feel like there's a bit of switch and bait going on for something? Is it just me? And that's just me speaking from the heart with no ulterior motive. Then I feel like there's some sort of switch and bait. So I have on my phone, there's this program that comes as part of, I've got a Samsung, and it's called Upday, Day Update. And every evening and every morning, it gives me the 5 things that you need to know. Here are the 5 things that you need to know this morning. Here are the 5 things that you need to know this evening. That way I can avoid the news. I don't read the news and I don't attach myself to it. So this is the 5 things in my mind. This is where I attach myself to it, or disassociate myself from it, is that is controlled by mainstream media. And that's what's telling me what I need to know. They're telling me the 5 things that I need to know to save my time sifting through all of the news. So I'm figuring, okay, so the powers that be are giving me this information, right? Not me particularly. They don't go, Danny needs to know this. This is what the great British public need to know. And it just feels like there's a lot of, ooh, the government's been naughty. Ooh, but you might be in lockdown. Ooh, do. And I just feel like there's something going on in the background that we're not being told. It feels like that. There's a lot of sort of salaciousness and sensationalism happening when, although I am fully aware and have been directly affected by the COVID situation, there are people that I know personally who have passed away because they've contracted COVID. Devastating situations. Former friends of mine, family members of mine, well, where this Omicron, sounds like a transformer variant, is notably not as attacking on the lungs. So yes, there's an increased risk and increased pressure, but in terms of fatalities and in terms of sort of hospitalizations and stuff, it's the time of year where hospitalizations are up anyway. And it feels like there's this like over fearfulness that's being put among us. So we're like sat here like sitting ducks waiting to be told whether, I don't think they're not going to say, right, you can't see families at Christmas. It's got too close, and I don't think anyone would listen. I wouldn't. Whether you think that that's responsible of me or not. I'm doubly vaccinated. All of my family are doubly vaccinated. We spend all day, every day with each other anyway. We don't really go anywhere in terms of like going out and mixing or going to concerts and stuff like that. It's not something that we do regularly as a family. I don't think anybody would listen. It's like it's got us too close to the fact, but I feel like they're going to get us in the next couple of days to say there's going to be some sort of lockdown situation directly after Christmas. And I don't know how people are going to react. How do you think people are going to react? I don't know. Like, I'm traveling for medical reasons. Any travel that I've got planned is for work reasons. I've not got any jollies like booked in January. I've got our Amplify retreat. That's work reasons. If you think about the last time there was a lockdown situation that you could meet for work purposes, it wasn't like an entire nation lockdown, was it? In fact, it was just a big fuck you to the events industry is what the last lockdown was, is wear masks, socially distance, and fuck you hospitality and events is kind of what it feels like consistently. And I know that's because that's where people are social. But I don't know. I ain't getting into the politics of it. I'm interested to see how you guys are feeling. And I'm also sending you a big hug because I know that actually some of you are going to feel really frightened right now, and understandably so. Some of you have compromised immune systems. Some of you have underlying health problems. Some of you have got family that are in that position. Like, I can't visit Dad at the moment. They've got cases of COVID in his home at the minute. There's no visiting allowed while they try and contain it and prevent the other residents from catching it. We're all being affected by it. How are you feeling? Are you okay? And I'm just sending you the hugest amount of love. Try and avoid the news. And the reason why I was telling you about the update thing was it tells me what I need to know, but I've not chosen to go and seek it out. So I could choose to take it on or dismiss it. I might be a little bit of a tin pot way of looking at it. I don't know. But that's what the powers that be are telling me that I need to know. Do I need to know that there is a potential lockdown pending? Well, yeah, I do. I need to know for business purposes. I need to know for myself. I need to know. We've got family that we'd be traveling down to, or certainly Wallace and the girls will be traveling down to in between Christmas and New Year, because we have Christmas up here and then New Year down in Kent, right? Are we going to be able to do that? So we need to know about these things. But I also, if there's if there's other things happening in the world that I don't want to be affecting me and my frequency and all of that woo-woo stuff that you might not dig it, or you might dig it, I don't know. But I choose to put the phone down and put it away, and just armed in the knowledge that that's happening, but I don't have to attach myself to it. I don't have to carry that around with me. I need to know that there's going to be an announcement, and I can choose then whether to engage with it or not. And I just kind of want to implore you all, you'll know what you need to know when you need to know it. Going out searching, and I don't mean not informing yourself. That makes it sound like I'm like, if you're feeling fearful, if you're feeling anxious, constantly scrolling and digging around and trying to find out is hard work. Try and filter the amount that you are being fed. Try and filter the amount that you are exposed to, is what I'm saying, so that you're only getting enough information, the information that you need to know, as opposed to all of the information with all this switch and baiting that's going on. You don't need to know. Do you need to know about cheese and wine parties that happened last year so that you get angry at the government? It's not about that. What keeps you safe now? What keeps your family safe right now? Both up here and in here and physically, PS. I don't just mean like, oh, you know, I think everyone should see. I don't have any of the answers for anybody. And that's not me trying to kind of stay politically ambiguous. It's that I'm tired. We're all tired. And I don't think entering into what should be a really nice time of year is, you know, we should be feeling that kind of drain. We should be sort of wrapping ourselves up a little bit and cocooning ourselves and getting that good food in and getting those nice drinks in and making sure that we're staying as connected as we can with each other as opposed to with the press. And I don't just mean in real life if it is unsafe to do so. I mean, making sure that you've got, you know, have you got some Zooms booked in if you feel like you want to be isolated, if you feel like you want to be you know, protecting yourself a little bit and popping yourself in a bubble. Please stay connected with people. I'm going to be going live on Christmas Day, by the way. For anybody that is on their own and wants to have a little bit of Christmas cheer, I'm going to be getting ready for Christmas Day with you guys after the kids have opened up their presents. I'll be coming up here to share a little bit of Christmas cheer with you guys. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to check in with you all, see how you're all feeling. We're 5 days away from the big day. And going into that 5 days in fear is not the one. So try and filter, try and distance yourself from the onslaught of the amount of news that we're being served up. Try and maybe just check in once a day with it as opposed to all the time. Try and connect with people and have conversations with people about other things other than this. And I'm not sorry to bring it up because it is the elephant in the room at the minute for everybody. And have a little think about what pending magic you can create. Like, utilize this time. If we are going to be in a position where we're going to be a little bit restricted, okay, cool. How can you use that reflectively? How can you use that and think, right, well, is this a time to be looking at my plans? Is this a time to be looking at my goals? Is this a time to be looking at my vision board? Is this a time to be looking into 2022 with this sense of pending magic? What can I create this year? What can I create this year? Because if we look at the COVID situation as it was 2 years ago, we kind of know the beast that we're dealing with now. We're 2 years in. Can you believe? Oh my Lord, we're 2 years in. But I went all fuzzy then. That was my computer realizing, fucking hell, this has been 2 years we've been doing this shit for. But we kind of know what we're dealing with now. So with that in mind, what kind of plans can you make? You know, I really want to just send some love. And if anybody is feeling a bit run down by it all and a bit just fed up with it all, head on into the hive, share with us how you're feeling. Let us get behind you. Let us rally round. I am going to be around for the show on Wednesday and indeed on Friday, on Christmas Eve and also on Christmas Day. I then fly out on Monday morning to Istanbul, where I'm going to be having my gastric sleeve surgery, which is just insane. I can't believe that that's really come up so soon. I'm going to be sharing a little bit behind the scenes in a private Instagram group around that. It's not something that I'm going to be sort of throwing in everybody's faces out on normal social media. But if anybody is interested in following my journey, I will be opening up the Instagram group or the Instagram page for that private Instagram page, sort of charting the journey, sharing what that's like for anybody that's interested in all of its guises, so kind of where I am now, where I'm going to be, and all of that sort of stuff. And then if anyone's really sort of interested in the process, what is the actual process, I'm going to give you guys a bit of a peek behind the curtain with that. I'm under no illusion that, you know, certainly for the first couple of days, it's going to be rough. So maybe I won't share too much. However, on the 29th, I will have delivered in health to you at the normal time of 9:30. Is it a Wednesday? I think it's a Wednesday, the Wise Up Wednesday, which is the 29th of December, my birthday. I will be sharing a show with you to launch the audiobook version of I Am the Queen Bee, How I Overcame Self-Sabotage to Fly Anyway, and how you can too. This book, hundreds and hundreds, I think thousands of you have got this book. And I've written so many incredible reviews. I have recorded this with the glorious team at Audio & Co. and cannot wait for you to hear it. I think it just smacks a little bit different. It was the same. One of my mentors, Dan Meredith, his book, How to Be Fucking Awesome. I actually listened to, I don't think I've read his book. I've got his book somewhere, but I listened to that. It was my first introduction to him, and really inspired me at that time. To be taking action and all of that, and to be getting my head around the way that I was thinking, to see that there were other people out there that were as daft and as driven as me. They get into all kinds of scrapes. Dan is definitely one of those people. But yeah, I can't wait to bring that to you, where I'm going to be sharing it's direct from the horse's mouth, those real personal stories and personal insights into how to overcome self-sabotage. And I definitely think that right now is a great time to be considering that very thing. All right, my darlings, I hope you've enjoyed our little time together this morning, albeit I've not been able to say hello, but hello if you are watching in the comments. Thank you so much for spending time with me. It's really nice to just have a little chin wag and a chat as we head on into this week. Don't forget, places, we've got 7 spaces for Amplify still open before we close the doors. That is the mastermind that me and Deep Bajwa are running. It kicks off mid-January. We're going to be focusing with you on your results and your messaging so that you can scale your business. So if you're wanting to scale into 5-figure months, if you're wanting to scale into 6-figure businesses, then it is definitely the mastermind you want to be looking at. It's something that me and Deep have done and do on a consistent basis. It's something that I want to help as many of you as possible to do in 2022, to make sure that you are safe, secure, stable, and in growth even with your businesses. You guys are amazing. I love you. And I'll see you all on Wednesday for some more Showing Up Wise.